Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Shout out to Dr. Dunbar. This video is inspired by Dr. Dunbar. Right. I am humbled to be acknowledged by the doctors. Like y'all don't understand. To all the PhDs out there, when y'all shout me out, I'll be like, who, me? I'm a special chicken. I'm the cute chick in front of the club. I get to go in VIP. Right. So once again, shout out to Dr. Dunbar, and thank you for the acknowledgement. So Dr. Dunbar brought to my attention. I did not watch the whole thing, so we might have a second review coming up. But I just watched the short of Angry Man speaking about brothers that do 40 hour or men that do 40 hours and how that's lazy. Um, and by the way, the links are in the description, both to Angry Man's video and Dr. Dunbar's review of Angry Man's video or his short. Um, so my opinion, critique, assessment is coming from a person that regularly does over 70 hours a week. A person that not only does that, but a person that got really close to 100 hours in 1 week. Yes, you heard right, Mr. Z. I said this to y'all already. My subscribers already know. Mr. Z almost clipped 100 hours, and when you get that close, you're just like, well, just for bragging rights, let me hit 100, and I didn't get to hit 100. Well, it's gonna happen again one day in my life. I hope I'm able to hit it and still be alive afterward. But just for bragging rights, because that's what men do. I know women, I know it don't make no sense. I know it doesn't. You're right. But right, just for bragging rights, just so you can have that trump card. I almost did 100 hours. Or I did do 100 hours, better yet, not almost. But so understand, my opinion is coming from a person, once again, that regular, like every week I'm doing over 70 hours. So let's be very clear. No, Angry Man, no, brother. Nope, this not the one. Nope. Look, capitalists got us looking retarded. Let me just call a thing, right? Capitalists got us looking goddamn a fool. Let me get this right. People died in this country for the 40-hour work week, and y'all want us to go back to working more than 40 hours to be able to breathe? You realize, like I'm not joking. Like, people literally got, like, I think labor and like labor rights and the fight for the what has happened in this country with labor goes, like, we don't talk about it enough. It goes highly unreported. We don't talk about it enough in civics classes and history classes. But like, people literally were deleted fighting for the 40-hour work week. Deleted fighting for safer work environments. Deleted fighting for overtime. Like, I'm not being hyperbolic. No, they were literally deleted by private militia. Y'all ever heard of the Pinkertons? They were deleted by the police. Right? And so what the capitalists did was slowly choke you out after about 1975. Slowly choke you out of you working just a little 40 hours a week and still be able to provide for children and wife and maybe able to send a couple of kids to college. And they slowly took that away from you. And instead of us fighting to have it back and more, we're telling people they're lazy for doing 40 hours a week. Sorry, not people. We're telling men they're lazy for doing 40 hours a week. So no systemic analysis, just you Negroes are lazy. So another way of saying alpha your way through. By the way, this is the one thing I disagreed with Kevin also. Rest in peace to the brother Kevin. I disagreed with him on this one also. Oh no, nope, we're not. See, if you want to do something special, if you want to be like Mr. Z and do extra stuff and own 2 cars, right? And get your dream car, right? And you trying to save so you could not retire at 80, right? When you're dead, That's something different. But if someone want to live a quiet, subtle life, um, train tracks, train tracks, train tracks, but you know, they don't care for necessarily the fanciest stuff in the world. They do want a couple of nice things. They want to go on vacation maybe once or twice a year for a few days, maybe a week. We're trying to tell them they got to work themselves to the bone and start an LLC to live a standard American life. Oh yeah, Mr. Z's lefty spirit is on fire right now, like I told Dr. Dunbar. And shout out to Angry Man. I know the brother's more conservative. I know he was a Trump supporter. Brother, this ain't it. No, no, Angry Man, this ain't it. Nope, nope. And I'm saying that as a brother that got all his ducks in a row. Life insurance, got it at both jobs, right? 457 and 401k and pension coming. Look, over 700 credit score. Really, over 730 credit score. No, this ain't it. Nope, nope, nope. This not the one. This not it. I'm sorry, Angry Man. Nah, nah, brother. Right? Now we ain't gonna have these kids working. The whole goal is for them not to work as hard as us. That's the way it's supposed to be, right? Everybody's gonna have to go through trials and tribulations in their life. This is true. But the goal is not for these people to work hard as us, if not harder. What's the point of advancements of technology? What's the point of living in an advanced society? Right? What's the point if we're gonna have the kids and the young adults working even harder? Now, if you want to earn six figures, if you want to be, if you want to own your own business, obviously that's a different story. LLC, right? That we're talking different, right? If your goal is to be a millionaire before you die, or maybe even a billionaire before you pass, that's different. But if you want a standard American life, have a wife, two kids, house with a garage, yeah, no, man, like we have to have a systemic analysis for this stuff. And I refuse to let these people win. And I'm not talking about angry men. I'm talking about the white capitalists. How the hell? You trying to tell me black people, white Irish, just older people, silent generation, and all these other people fought for this, and we're gonna let it go by the white side because of quote unquote hustle culture? Oh hell no, nope. What's the point of the 40-hour work week if we telling people, yeah, that ain't enough to live a standard American life? What was the point? Died for this, and we're gonna turn around and be like, yeah, you see, we let the capitalists trick us out, right? They tricked us out of the 40-hour work week being enough to, survive. We're not talking about. I'm not talking about opulence at this point. I'm not talking about living above a standard American life. I'm talking American life. You and your wife have standard cars. She own a Camry, you own an Accord. Nowadays it's crossover SUV. So you own a Accord, she owned a Toyota Highlander or something. Not even fully loaded. Not maybe the base model, but not fully loaded, right? Like these people are tricking us out of what American ancestors fought for, and then having us tell each other that you're lazy because you're not working 60 plus hours a week, 50 plus hours a week, and you're not trying to start your own business. You lazy bum, you. This is what y'all want to sell to young people? And then we turn around and tell them, oh, by the way, why you not raising the kids correctly? How the hell are they supposed to do that? Right? Then we want them to have kids. How the hell are they supposed to have kids and raise good, functional healthy adults when the man working 60 plus hours and the woman working 40 plus hours, right? These are things that we just need to consider. These people got us in a pincer move. Work yourself to the bone, or you could start your own business. Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos is licking on his fingers waiting for you to start that business. He's about to eat your shit. By the way, if y'all didn't know, Amazon is in court right now to defend its practices. You know how they see what you're doing, they see what's trending on Amazon, and they go and create a cheaper version and then start selling it against you. Right? I said it. So I'm gonna try to find and if anybody already watched it already, put the link in the comments after the stream. I'm gonna go try to find the full stream where this clip came from, where the short came from. Once again, the short from Angry Man is in my description box. I'm gonna read that in a minute. I'm on the road right now. I can't read it right now. The short from Angry Man, sorry, yeah, the short from Angry Man is in my description box, and Dr. Dunbar's full review is also in my description box. Shout out to Dr. Dunbar. But yeah, Angry Man, I don't know. Maybe once again, I could retract everything. All right, I could retract this after watching the full video, and maybe I come to an understanding of what Angry Man is saying. But as of right now, I don't know. Angry Man, I don't know. Right? The 40-hour work week exists for a reason. We just let these people trick us out of it by hiking the price for everything in life all the way past, with your standard person that earns, standard wages for 40 hours. We let them price us out the game and find a way to screw us on the back end, and now we chastising each other for not working hard enough and long enough. And entrepreneurship was at a 40-year low pre-COVID-19. Yeah, nah. And now we chastising people for not being industrious enough. I don't know. Right? And so this is a critique of the short, but this is not really me getting at Angry Man. This is me asking Angry Man, have you thought about this? Right? Like, it's something to think about. Like, have you really considered like how these people tricked us out of the game and we fell for it, and now we were chastising people for working 40 hours a week, and we calling them lazy for 40-hour work weeks, especially when people are commuting, and some people are super commuting an hour plus to work a day, and we telling them, yeah, that's not enough. I don't know. We telling them it's lazy. If 40 hours a week is lazy, then what isn't lady? I mean, I said lady. Lazy. If 40 hours a week is lazy, if your standard 40 hours a week is lazy, then what isn't lazy? 50, 60, 70? And remember, Mr. Z does over 70. For the past couple weeks, it's been a little bit of light. So I'm around 67-ish, 68-ish a week, which is going to change back up to about 73-ish, which is what I was doing for over a year. Right? That's what puts Mr. Z in the top 30 incomes. But I don't recommend this for everyone. This shouldn't be the standard. Right? 60 plus hours a week should be the standard fifth. And then you got the French protesting every time they even think about touching their retirement, their version of Social Security. Every time they think about raising the age, the French go and protest for forever, right? 32-hour work weeks and all. Meanwhile, some of the lowest production for people, oh, wait for it. And if you think I'm lying, ask Pressport OG. The Japanese are working crazy hours. Ask them what their production is for those crazy hours. Oops. Y'all ask Passport OG if you think I'm lying. Ask Nameless if you think I'm lying. So we want people to be on the job for 40 hours and be 40 hours a week and be pretty much dead tired after about 50, but still be there for 60 just because? Like, my question to Angry Man would be, then what isn't lazy, right? And then what would constitute not being lazy, and then how many hours would constitute not being lazy? That's what it would be for me, right? That's what I would ask. And Detroit says, I'm driving a semi truck with manual gear shift almost every day. I'm getting smooth to not grinding gears, but 50 hours is enough for me. But OTR is less stressful than local. I think that means over the road trucker. I think, yeah, truck. No. Okay, you got to tell me what OTR means, because I thought I knew, and then I tried to say it, and then I didn't know. Right? So yeah, and shout out to Detroit. Right? You know, I regularly do. You know, well now it's 6:30 in the morning to what, 2, so sorry, not even 6:30, 6 in the morning to 2, and then no, it is 2:30, 6 in the morning to 2:30, and then 4 to 9:30, which is going to change to 3:30 to 10. And once again, I don't suggest this for anyone that doesn't have like a mission. If you have a mission and it's that serious, then okay. But once again, Mr. Z is not going to be doing this indefinitely, right? I have things I'm trying to accomplish in the short term, but after this, I'm gonna relax. And when I relax, what I mean by relax is still work, but bring it down to like 50. Bring it down to like 60. Right? But I do have an aversion to the idea that we continue to chastise the individual for systemic issues. Now, I'm not saying that you need to wait around forever for the system to fix itself, because, well, we're black and we know how that goes, right? But the critiquing people and chastising people to work in a dysfunctional society, right? What's that quote that Zoe Williams like to say all the time from Krishnamurti? It's not a sign of it's not a sign of it's not well health. I'm saying this all wrong. It's not a sign of good health to be well adjusted to a sick society, something like that, right? Something along those lines. Mr. Z just butchered it, but y'all get it, right? Over the road trucker. Okay, thank you. Okay, over the road. So I did have it right. Okay, I feel better. Right. I feel a whole lot better. Right. And like Dr. Dunbar said, Angry Man is reading a lot of Rich Dad Poor Dad type books, and the Millionaire Next Door type books, and I understand. I haven't read them, but I get it. I know the gist of it. I get it, right? And I get, when you start watching the Dave Ramseys and what's the brother name? The The heavyset brother with the glasses that also talks economy sometimes. Um, Not Thomas Sowell, not none of them. I forgot. Goddamn. Anyway, I forgot his name. But yeah, I get it. I get it. Right when you start listening to those brothers, well, the black economists, but also obviously like the Dave Ramseys and whatnot. I get it. Right, the Grant Cardones and the Gary V's and et cetera, et cetera. I get it. Right. No, not Anton Daniels, not Pocket Watcher. No, 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 no. It's one of the older brothers. The one I actually shared it in my community tab. Richard Wolf debated him a little while ago. I forgot his name, and I know I'm gonna remember it at the end of the stream, and it's right there. Anyway, y'all know it be going like that sometimes. Um, but yeah, so I get the angle that Angry Man is coming from. I just disagree. Point blank, I just disagree because I see this macro, and I refuse to allow the young people to get eaten alive by these old crickety crockety old white capitalists who found a way to work us to death anyway. Wait, let me get this right. What is the generation before the silent generation, and the silent generation fought tooth and nail, like, what's the I'm forgetting all my names today. Jesus Christ. I just said this name to BGS a couple months ago. The one that ran for president and they locked him up. And he was a labor organizer. He's right. His name is right there. Jesus Christ. And his face is right there too. I forgot his name. Anyway, Eugene Debs. Eugene Debs? Eugene Debs. Ha ha. Got it. Got it. There you go. See, sometimes you remember. Yeah, but all those people fought for labor, fought for 40-hour work weeks, for weekends off, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then we allowed the Milton Freemans of the world to slowly take that away from us, starting in like the late mid 70s with neoliberalism. And now we're turning around and telling people that if you're not working more than 40 hours a week, or if you don't have an LLC, or if you're not trying to start your own business, then you're lazy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Angry Man. I don't know. Right? Not Thomas. So, okay, you know what? Let me. While I'm talking to y'all, it is driving me crazy too. Let me see. That's what we're gonna do, so that we can remember. I'm gonna tell you right now. Give me a second, y'all. Glenn Lowry, Glenn. Jesus Christ. We got it. We got it, y'all. We got it. I was like, it was, and for I kept on thinking Glenn. I saw his face, and I'm thinking Larry Ellison. I'm like, it's not. That's the white dude. Not no. Um, Look, when you start acquiring more and more information and knowledge and names, it will be right there, y'all. It will be there, right? But you have so many names, right? And you'll be like, Glenn Larry Ellison, right? Malfunction. Oh man, Glenn Lowry, that's who I was speaking about, right? But yeah, so you know, I don't. This ain't it. This for me, at least. I would love to have a conversation with Angry Man on this, but for me, this ain't it. This ain't it, right? And this is coming from a brother, Angry Man, that does 70 hours a week plus, brother, right? 70 hours a week plus, and nobody could tell me nothing, right? And I got a lady, right? Right? Like I told y'all, credit score looking right. I got stuff set up. If anything happened to me, nobody got to go, panhandle and stuff to pay for my funeral. Nothing. right? But this ain't it. Once again, now if you're trying to do something extra, then obviously you got to put extra hours and you got to put extra effort. But for the people that want to live a quiet life, you don't care for the extra stuff. Your wife or your lady don't care for y'all just want to chill, send y'all kids to college possibly. Okay, you got some money set to the side or you got a whatever coming out your check for you know so your child doesn't have to take out student loans. That's different, right? That's I would argue that's what the average American want to live. They don't care for the extra stuff per se, right? If you want the extra stuff, then I agree with Angry Man all the way. But your standard American should not have to work no extra 40 unless of course you work in like now if you work in, minimum wage type job, once again, now that's a different conversation again. But your standard American, both college and non-college educated, but that you have your 40-hour work week, you work in your job. To me, once you start earning 45-ish plus, our economy should be able to be structured that, yeah, you may not be opulent. That don't mean you get the penthouse. That's not what I'm saying. But once you start earning like 45-ish a year as an individual, we shouldn't be telling, oh, no, bro, that ain't enough. Why you ain't making 150? Right? I just want us to be careful with this. Like, and it's not, once again, it's my gripe with Angry Man is not really even about Angry Man. It's the larger conversation with hustle culture and this, like all it is, and you watch so many young men fall into this, like, and this is how they get caught up on the Bitcoin stuff and the cryptocurrency stuff. This is how they get caught up with some of the MLM stuff. This is how they get caught up with all of that stuff, right? Because first it's, well, you're not doing enough. Then hustle culture, right? Then that's when people start slowly walking these young men, and it's really young men, into this other stuff. And I just want us to be careful with this because people are poking at your masculinity and your manhood and then driving you into an early grave with work. Or you invest so much money and so much of your time into this one thing and then it falls flat, right? I just want us to be careful with this. And KW Don says, and thank you for the super chat. AM Angry Man, much like Anton Daniels, is pandering to white conservatives. Bruh, I hear that. And by the way, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I don't think this is it. I understand election season is it's starting, it's heating up, right? And not even starting, it's heating up. It's already started. And I understand, let the excuse me, back and forth and yelling at each other and over talking each other and poking fun at each other and poking fun at each other's candidates. Let it begin. We already know it's coming, right? Um, but when it comes to labor and work and the economy, I think everyday Americans should pretty much be on one accord when it comes to this. To be honest with you, and I think it's Angry Man is in a different position financially right now, right? But for the rest of us, I think it's really foolish to make rich man arguments as a regular person, right? And for the life of me, since I was a young adult, I never understood Americans with this weird ass temporarily embarrassed millionaire mindset. People earning 35, not even 35, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, $65,000 a year making rich man arguments. Somebody got to tell me what did I miss, right? You know, Pitts, that's a really good comment. That's a really good comment. We gonna have to do a whole separate panel on that one. And Pitts says, y'all think Biden will allow an actual primary or drop out? That's a whole different stream, but that's a good one. That's a good one, right? But and I get it. Look, we're gonna disagree on this. Me and Angry Man are going to disagree on this. Period. And me and some of the other conservative brothers, part of the Black Manosphere, I understand the Black Manosphere skews conservative. I get it. All right. I know for the most part, like Big Kev said, most of us are somewhere in the center, but maybe more center right, especially considering where the XX chromosome of the black race is politically. Yeah, I said that right. Yeah, the XX chromosome of the black race is politically in America. I understand why so much of us skew a little bit more center right. I get it. But I think this is beyond political affiliation, to be honest with you. Right? Yeah. To be honest with you, I think this is beyond that. And by the way, talking about capitalism, guess what? I'm good, angry man. I'm gonna try to buy that shirt that Dr. Dunbar was wearing because that is fire. And Dust We Trust, I want it, and you better believe I'm wearing that with some nice either um straight leg jeans or not really slim fit. I can't really slim fit no more. Mr. Zeta got a little pudgy. But yeah, with some slimmer jeans and either um yeah, probably yeah. I'm trying to figure out the shoes and the jacket. I'm gonna make it look fly. I'm gonna try to take a picture with that. Right? And Dust We Trust? Oh yes, all day, every day. That shirt is fire. Right? So but outside Angry Man, I don't think this is it, brother. Like, especially when you consider the history of this country when it comes to labor. Oh, it's atrocious. It's atrocious. Americans literally died, y'all. We're deleted, right? We're being spied on. We're being I'm not joking. Labor union rights leaders were being assassinated, y'all. We're serving prison time. I'm not joking. Toya, don't give it away. Don't give it away. Don't give it away, Toya. Don't give it away. That in Dust We Trust, I already got the fit in my mind if I get that shirt. Right? I'm gonna try to get that shirt for real. That in Dust We Trust, I guarantee you that's a conversation starter too. I know how to mock people. Watch this. Y'all want to call us Dusty? Watch this. Y'all, hey, let me get my coils and my rims on the M2. I will take a picture standing in the middle of the Z on one side and the M on the other side with nice ass drip in Dust We Trust shirt on. Watch this. Thank you, better you. Pinkerton goons wiped out a whole town. Right? I think the channel Knowing Better on YouTube did a whole video essay. I want to say it was more than an hour long of how America really started off and Nameless Protagonist tells us all the time as a corporation, and he goes to all the little corporate towns like Disneyland and all those little you spend like Disney bucks over here. Obviously, it was a Disney, back in the day, but like these corporate towns and these corporate cities, and yeah, and how labor, we've been fighting against this thing from the beginning in America. Obviously, black people, our history is a little different, but you know what I'm saying, right? So it's just something to consider, Angry Man. I don't know, right? So, and there's something to say about this. And Leon said it's not conservative; it's cultural warriors talking point. Conservatives, excuse me. Okay, I got to read that over. It is not conservative. It is cultural warriors talking points. Conservative, but literally, most of them have never lived conservatively. I There is something to be said about how many black men are truly conservative versus traditional, and where the Venn diagram would overlap. I got the word right, Toyo, right? Venn diagram. That's the circles that overlap. I want to say yes, but when you doubt yourself. But where they overlap, but I would argue more men, even in the black manosphere, are actually traditionalist, not conservative, and they're saying conservative, but they're not really conservative. And if you were to show them what it really looked like, I think some of them would be like, maybe not so much, right? Just like I said to y'all, brothers in the black manosphere talking about submission. Really, they want cooperation, right? And Leon said that was his point. Exactly. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, they I think traditionalist, but even tradition. I mean, I, hey, how far you want to go back with the tradition? Because hey, once you start, some of y'all really don't want to know. Even for white women, they were working. They had far more power and influence in the home than y'all would like to believe. 1950s Leave It to Beaver stuff got y'all all messed up in the mind. Y'all really don't want to know. When you say traditional, you're really talking about like 20, 30 years of American history, right? For the average American, you really talking about 20, 30 years. You really talking about like 1940-ish to about 1970-ish. Because if we show you traditional pre-World War II, with the fact I just said factories. Women were in factories, by the way. They were working factories. Don't let Mr. Z be the one to bust out bubble. I told y'all better start watching non-mandatory content also, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, so I'm not gonna belabor this point too much. Shout out to Lithium. Thank you for the super chat. Lithium says you gotta watch out for them old ninjas. Like we not. Like I said, I've always been respectful with Angry Man. Angry Man was one of the first people I ever spoke to in the Black Manosphere, right? So yeah, I can't. I don't have. As a matter of fact, yeah, it was Angry Man, BGS Charles. I don't remember if Ed was there. So like when I first let myself be known. So yeah, yeah. Um, so I've always had respect for Angry Man. And he was his one of his lives was one of the first videos I ever reviewed doing a live, right? Which Charles did in turn reviewed, and shout out to Charles Faulkner Jr. So once again, there's no issue with Angry Man, and there's no even issue with Angry Man's um we'll call it conservative right now, but his conservative bent, right? What I will say is when it comes to labor, Angry Man, and worker rights and how many hours you put in for work, brother, I can't let the white capitalists win on this one, bro. I can't not this one, right? What I'm not gonna let them trick us into thinking 40 hours isn't enough, even though Mr. Z has been doing more than 40 hours, right? And like, not only have I been doing more than 40 hours for approaching to, as a matter of fact, December 28th will make it more than 2 years. I've done that throughout my adulthood, right? Even when I was, even when I first started being white collar in 2010, I was working at a law office, foreclosure law office, and I was also working at AutoZone. Yeah, Mr. Z was nice and spiffy and getting all of his compliments for y'all already know how Mr. Z is for the drip, right? Because I was like one of the few dudes that actually took pride in how I dressed and I was dressed and fitted, right? Which for some people was still kind of new in 2010. I don't know what the hell y'all were. Um, but then yeah, then I would be at AutoZone, literally moving pallets of oil around, right? I would work AutoZone on the weekends and work the law office and doing overtime on the weekdays. Why? Because I was trying to get my second 300ZX twin, well, my second 300ZX, my first 300ZX twin turbo, which I actually did get. So we got, but once again, I don't. If you're not trying to do anything extra, if you're just trying to live a standard American life, I don't think that these people should be poor and destitute just because they don't want to do more than 40 hours. I'm gonna say something super lefty and even a little feminine. Work-life balance, people. Did you say that, Z? Yeah, I did. I said it. Yeah, I said it. Right? Work-life balance is a real thing. Hey, even broken clocks are right twice a day, right? Um, the women are right about this. This work-life balance thing, they right about. I know we don't want to give it to them, but they right about this. They're right, and we know they right. Once again, if you have a dope ass business idea or you have a dope ass idea and it's gonna take you and you're gonna have to put hours in and you're gonna have to tinker in your garage for something or you have an invention, that's different. That's something different. I'm not talking about those people. But I don't think you should have to be elite to live a standard American life. And I don't think that you just wanted to live a regular life and do your 40 hours a week and go home and enjoy your weekend. I don't That's not lazy. I don't see that. And I'm doing way more than that and been doing way more than that, right? So that's all I'm saying. And on that note, everyone, we're not going to belabor it too much. We're not going to belabor it too much. And Dre says it's true after you achieve the balance. I'm saying, right? That's all I'm saying. And once again, it's just something to consider, Angry Man. This one, Angry Man. I ain't gonna lie to you. This ain't it, bro, brother. I don't think this is. This ain't it, right? I'm missing valuable hours with my and then shout out to Dr. Dunbar because even Dr. Dunbar was saying to me because when I told him I do 70 plus hours, he was like, "Is that including YouTube?" No, Mister Z, y'all understand, Mister Z, y'all the week I did like 92 hours that week, 93 or something. It was something. It was almost I almost hit 100. It was well. It was in the 90s. I still streamed that week. I still streamed that week, right? All these 70 something hours. That's why y'all always catch me in the car. And when I'm Black Manosphere show of the week, um, it depends on what I'm covering. Sometimes I'll take that day off and you know because I want to show stuff that I need a laptop, so I want to be at the house. But then that's why y'all hear me with the whisper voice. Shout out to y'all that say Mr. Z sound like he being kidnapped, right? Mr. Z, type something in the chat if you need to be saved or something like that. No, I just be in the house and I don't want to be loud, right? But you know, yeah. Thank you, Earth. And Earth says John Henry was a warning, not an instruction manual. Bro, I'm telling you, right? That's why y'all always catch me driving to and from work. Literally, I just drove from work. right? And sitting in front of the crib in the car, like about to go in and get my life together, right? So we're not gonna belabor it too much. Angry Man, and it's good that it's someone like me who's covering this because I am doing well over 40. I'm doing more than Kevin even said. Kevin said 60. I was when Kevin said 60. Well, let me take that back because when he first started saying that, I wasn't doing that yet. No, I was doing more than 50 when I first heard Kevin say 60. I was doing more than 50 though. And yeah, for the past going on 2 years, I've been doing more than 60 and going on a year now. No, over a year. No, over a year I've been doing more than 65. Now it's been a year I've been doing about 73-ish, 72-ish hours a week, right? So, maybe I have it out of context. Maybe once again, I'm gonna watch the whole stream to make sure. And if I was wrong, y'all know Mr. Z. I will come back and be like, oh, actually, I got this a little wrong. Should have listened to the whole thing, right? But yeah, that's all. Like, shout out to Angry Man. But yeah, yeah, the Hustle Bros. I'm still. I see Dr. Thunder just got in. I'm still a bit of his. It's the Hustle Bros, Dr. Thunder. It's the Hustle Bros. All right. But well, Dr. Thunder calls it Bootstrap Bros. Shout out to Dr. Thunder. I'm gonna call it the Hustle Bros. Um, yeah. Any look, 40 hours should be enough in America. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, right? Especially when some of our European brethren and sistren are doing 32 hours, right? Should we be? Do we really? Are we really saying in America that people and once again, Angry Man didn't say this part. I'm adding extra to it. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm adding extra. Um, People that work themselves to death for a standard ass life. Yeah, I'm not with it. I can't do it. I can't. Right? You're not even in the cars like that. You got you a standard. What's a base? You have a level one up or two up F-150. Your lady drive a Honda Accord or Toyota Camry. Um, right? A four-wheel drive F-150 because like why would you even get it if it's not four-wheel drive? Unless it's a work truck. I'm just saying. I'm sorry to anyone that I just offended right now. Um, y'all have a standard issue 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1 car garage home on a quarter-acre lot. Like, I don't understand why people need to work themselves into an early grave for like a standard life. We're not talking about extra. If you want extra, then I agree with Angry Man 100%. Yes, you got to do more. And yes, then you could consider those people lazy if they want extra, but they're only doing 40 hours a week. Add a regular, $40,000, $35,000 a year job. But if you want a standard life, you're gonna stay out the way, right? You go to Disney World for vacation. You're not trying to fly out the country, or you're not trying to go out of state and spend a week and go on sightseeing. Then, yeah, nah. More than 40 hours, no. Exactly. And PK says it used to be 40 hours a week with wife at home for white people. Like, that's what I'm saying. And I'm directing us, and I know a lot of, especially for some of the center right brothers, I'm directing us to critique the system more than the individual. I know it burns, it burns, it burns. I know. But once again, when we start talking about labor and hours put in, right? Yeah, nah. I'm not gonna let the capitalists win on this one. Rest in hell, Milton Freeman. Jesus Christ. Y'all got y'all got us calling each other lazy for working 40 hours a week. Oh man, these people legacy live long. Ooh, and live long. Right? You got it's crazy. Entrepreneurship pre COVID-19, so pre 2020, was at a 40-year low. And yet every corner you turned was a black person telling you to start a business, start an LLC, right? You got some skill. Like, it's crazy. And when I say entrepreneurship was at a 40-year low, I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about all Americans. Because who's going to compete against Walmart and Amazon? Like, okay, if we're going to do that, okay. I'll levy with the brothers on the right with this. Y'all got to break up the monopolies and near monopolies then. And open competition and foster competition. Y'all gotta be like Ayatollah level on enforcing antitrust laws. If y'all want everyone to start a business, if they have just the slightest bit of skill on anything, y'all gotta break up all of these near monopolies, right? That's the only way. Because you're just gonna get a diapers R Us and Amazon all over again. That's you're gonna keep on getting that. You're gonna keep on getting the hostile takeovers. That's what you're gonna keep on getting, right? Ooh, hey Rogish, hey, what you know about that Yanis? Right? And Rogan said angry man should go listen to Yanis, and Rogish is referring to Yanis Varoufakis, the former Greek, I say Greek finance minister, during the housing recession, a little, well, yeah, during the housing recession, a little after, and he pretty much gave them the middle finger. Right? I think he resigned in protest, actually. Right? Yeah, Yanis Varoufakis, he's that dude. Yanis Varoufakis pretty much told him to kick rocks. Right? So yeah, Leon said near monopolies, they full blown monopolies. Look, if the U.S. government ain't calling Amazon a monopoly, I ain't gonna call it a monopoly, even though they account for 51% of all online sales. One company is excuse me. One company accounts for 51% of everything being sold online. But because the U.S. government doesn't call it a monopoly, I ain't gonna call it a monopoly. I'm just saying. And Rogan say near also. Both you and Rogan caught me saying near. It's near. It's near. Hey, the U.S. government ain't calling it a monopoly. They ain't trying to break it up. So, hey, who am I? Right? Yeah, that always cracks me up when he says snooze kicker. And Leon says, Rogus the snooze kicker. Right? When I first heard him say that, I was like, that is catchy. Right? It's like the first time I heard him say baller belly. That stayed with me. That's going to stay with me for life. Rogus, I ain't going to tell you Mr. Z got a baller belly now, though. It ain't big like that though. I gotta work on it. It's one of those bellies where like the person, if they do like 3 crunches, they'll be all right, but it's still there. Right? Leon said all we heard was near. But on that note, everyone, look, like I said, I ain't gonna beat up on Angry Man. First of all, I can't. But on this one, Angry Man, brother, I don't know, brother. Are you sure about that? Right? And on that note, we're really in right here. I do not think that you are lazy if you work your standard 40-hour work week at your job, and even if you have a career. um right, like I said, especially when you start counting in people that might be super commuting or any one of those. Yeah, I don't see it as being lazy. I don't. So On that note, we will truly pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Um, if y'all want, y'all send this to Angry Man. I'm gonna tag him in the title anyway. So like I said, love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Manosphere content, Black Manosphere content. Right before Raj come up and be like, Z, what you saying? Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content and other non-Manosphere content for the love of God, so that we could understand the history of labor in America, and it doesn't look good. Even when if you take slavery out the picture, it still don't look good. It looked less bad, slightly less bad. If even when you take slavery out the picture, labor in America look horrendous, horrible, right? So, horrible, right? So we'll truly pause right there. And like I said, y'all go watch some documentaries so y'all can see and read some books so y'all can see why we got 40-hour work weeks and what it took to get us here. This didn't just appear. People literally got deleted for this. And your weekends off, people got deleted for that. Right? So yeah. On that note, we'll truly pause right there. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night, and Mr. Z out. All right, everyone.